So, hello viewers, today we will discuss about scalp anatomy. Scalp is a soft tissue covering above the cranium vault. It extends anteriorly up to the superior orbital margins which above the eyes orbit, and posteriorly it is extend up to the superior nuchal lines and superior occipital protuberance. You can see that on each side it is extend up to the superior temporal lines. Next layer of the scalp. The word scalp itself denotes the 5 layers of the scalp. First is skin, second is connective tissue, also known as superficial fascia. Third is aponeurosis, that it is the layer which consists of epicranial aponeurosis. What is the meaning of aponeurosis? It is a firm band which is formed by the two muscles. And fourth layer is the L for loose areolar tissue, and last layer is pericranium. And the last layer is pericranium. First we will discuss about skin. It is the outermost layer. It is thick and hairy. No need to learn anything. Just see. Just touch your hairs. It is the thick and hairy. It is attached to the pericranial aponeurosis, means the third layer of the scalp, and it consists of numerous sebaceous glands. Second layer is superficial fascia, which is consists of connective tissue. It is more fibrous and dense in the center, and it is provide medium for the passage of nerves and vessels. Third layer is epicranial aponeurosis. See, epicranial aponeurosis, also known as glia aponeurosis, it is formed by the occipital valley of occipitofrontalis and frontalis valley of occipitofrontalis. This wide band, which is firm and hard, firm means slightly harder, is known as epicranial aponeurosis. This layer is freely movable on the pericranium and on each side attached to the superior temporal lines. Fourth layer is loose areolar tissue. See, loose areolar tissue is extend from anteriorly into the eyelids, posteriorly to the highest and superior nuchal lines, and on each side it is up to the superior temporal lines. See, areolar tissue is known as dangerous layer of the scalp, as we can see that it contains imaginary veins. It is our lower loose areolar tissue layer, and it contains imaginary vein. Imaginary vein is the vein which connects intracranium to the extracranium layers. So it can transfer the extracranium infection to the intracranium, and intracranium infection to the extracranium. So that's why it is known as the dangerous layer of the scalp. The last layer is our pericranium. It is loosely attached to the surface of the bones but firmly attached to the sutures. Now we will discuss about scalp arteries and nerves. See, arteries and nerves both are discussed in same pictures. Now this shows a auricle position. We have 3 arteries in front of auricle and 2 arteries behind the auricle. So first 3 arteries in the front of auricle are supratrochlear. Supratrochlear is the branch of ophthalmic, which is in turn branch of internal carotid. Next is supraorbital, which is now branch of ophthalmic, in turn internal carotid. And third is superficial temporal, which is branch of external carotid. And behind the auricle we have two arteries, posterior auricle, behind the auricle, posterior auricle, which is branch of external carotid, and occipital artery, which is branch of external carotid. So we can see that three arteries are the branch of external carotid and two are the branch of internal carotid. Now we will see the nerves. The scalp is supplied by 10 nerves, in which 8 are motor. The scalp is supplied by 10 nerves, in which 8 are sensory nerves and 2 motor nerves. In the picture we discuss about sensory nerves. Nerves are also divided behind the auricle and in front of auricle. In front of auricle we have supratrochlear, supraorbital, zygomaticotemporal, auricular temporal. These four nerves are in front of auricle, and the motor nerve is temporal branch of facial nerve. It lies in front of auricle. Now the nerves behind the auricle are lesser occipital, greater occipital, greater auricular nerve, and third occipital nerve. And its motor nerve is the area and the motor nerve of this area is posterior auricular branch of facial nerve. So the motor nerve for the in front of auricle is temporal branch of facial nerve, and behind the auricle posterior auricular branch of facial nerve. Both are the branches of facial nerve. So you can learn that the arteries are same: supratrochlear, supraorbital, occipital. Here occipital is 1, here occipital is 3. Lesser occipital, greater occipital, third occipital, and greater auricular nerve. One more, and either here you learn 2 more. So this is all about scalp arteries and nerve. Next we will see the venous drainage. So venous drainage, imaginary veins connect extracranial and intracranial veins. We have seen earlier. Now superficial temporal vein and maxillary vein combine to form the retromandibular vein, and supraorbital and supratrochlear vein combine to form the angular vein, and posterior division of retromandibular vein combined with posterior auricular vein to form the jugular vein. See the lymphatic drainage. Frontal region is drained by submandibular lymph nodes. Temporal region is drained by superficial parotid nodes, and occipital region is drained by occipital nodes. Clinical anatomy, we will see that as the scalp contains the numerous amount of sebaceous gland, it is the commonest site for the sebaceous cyst. Next is, we have seen that scalp is supplied by so many arteries. So if there is injury or laceration in the scalp, it bleeds profusely. And the last one is scalp flaps. Scalp is a thick soft tissue covering. So the scalp flap is used in the craniofacial surgeries. Okay, so this is all about scalp anatomy. Hope you like the video, and thank you. Please subscribe, like our channel, and click on the bell icon for more updates.